Dear soul, today the angels have something deeply important to share with you. It's a message that has come in a moment of great vulnerability, something that took place behind the scenes, but it's deeply connected to your life and the special bond you feel. This message carries an energy that may resonate deeply with you, even if it feels unexpected. The angels show me that recently, someone spoke about the connection that exists between you two. It was a conversation filled with emotion, one that ended with this person shedding tears. Not tears of simple sadness, but something deeper. The kind of tears that come when someone realizes just how much something truly matters. In the quiet of the moment, as this person spoke about you, there was a shift. A truth started to emerge from their heart, a truth that had long been buried beneath layers of fear, pride, or even denial. As they spoke of the connection you share, it became too much to keep in. Emotions started to pour out uncontrollably. They couldn't hold it back anymore. These tears were not just about the past, not just about the moments shared. They were about the deep, undeniable impact that your presence has had in their life. The feeling of losing that connection, of not having you in the way they once did, was overwhelming. The absence became a physical pain, a void that no other person or situation could fill. It's important to understand that these tears were not a simple outpouring. They came from a place of deep reflection. The kind of reflection that forces us to see our own truths, even when those truths are hard to face. The words spoken during this moment of vulnerability were not just words, they were the heart speaking, trying to make sense of what had been lost. As the person cried, they couldn't articulate the depth of what they were feeling. It was more than just regret, it was the pain of recognizing something valuable that had slipped away. But at the same time, there was an underlying recognition that this bond was not something that could simply fade away. It was still very much alive within them, no matter how much they tried to deny it. These tears were not just a sign of sadness. They were a sign of transformation, a sign that something was shifting within this person. Something had awakened in them, and now, the reality of your connection was impossible to ignore. It wasn't just a fleeting emotion. It was a profound realization that what you two shared was far more significant than they had allowed themselves to believe. If this message resonated with you and touched your heart, don't forget to click the thanks button to show your support for this content. Your support is deeply appreciated and helps us continue spreading messages of light and transformation. Thank you for your energy and for being a part of this moment. The angels show that these tears came as the result of a conversation, one that was deeply personal, one that held the weight of years of unspoken thoughts. It wasn't just a casual chat. This conversation revealed the heart's true feelings, feelings that had been buried under layers of confusion and fear. The person tried to explain, but words failed to fully capture the depth of the emotion. They tried to speak about the connection you two share, but the complexity of it was so vast that it overwhelmed them. Every time they tried to put it into words, it felt like something was missing. There were moments when they felt they had to justify themselves, to explain why things had happened the way they did, but the emotional truth was so raw that it was hard to do anything but cry. What the angels want you to understand is that these tears were not just a reaction to the past, they were a recognition of the deep emotional bond that continues to exist between you. Despite the silence, despite the physical or emotional distance, this connection remains. It is still very much alive, and these tears are proof of that. In that moment, the person tried to speak, but the words just didn't come. The emotion was too powerful. The sorrow of realizing the weight of the loss was overwhelming. Yet there was also a sense of deep longing, a desire to reconnect, to make amends, to return to a place where the bond between you was strong and full of hope. The angels reveal that these tears were also a release, a way for the person to let go of emotions they had been holding on to for far too long. This wasn't just about regret, it was about the acknowledgement of something they didn't fully appreciate until it was gone. These tears were a form of purification, a cleansing of the heart and soul. The truth is that these tears were not just about what happened between you. They were about everything that could have been, everything that still could be. They were a reflection of the dreams and hopes that were once shared, now dimmed by time and circumstances, but not extinguished. The angels want you to know that there is still a chance for things to change, to evolve, and to find their way back. Even if the person tries to suppress it, the angels show that the truth of what they feel for you is undeniable. The emotions are too strong to ignore. The bond between you two continues to shape their life in ways they never anticipated. These tears, the angels say, are an essential part of this emotional process, an awakening, a turning point. The angels continue to show that these tears were not just a simple outpouring. They were a release of deep, unresolved emotions that had been held within for a long time. The person may have tried to convince themselves, and even others, that they had moved on, that everything was fine. But in that moment, the truth came crashing down, and the reality of what they had been hiding from was impossible to ignore. These emotions were not just about missing someone or feeling regret. They were about something much deeper. The connection you two share has left an indelible mark on their heart. It's a mark that cannot be erased, no matter how much they might try to convince themselves otherwise. This bond is not something that can easily be replaced or forgotten. It has been woven into the fabric of their life in ways they may never fully understand. The angels want you to know that this emotional breakthrough, these tears, represent a crucial turning point. It's a moment of clarity, one where the person can no longer deny the importance of your presence in their life. Even if they have been silent or distant, the truth is that your energy, your essence, is still deeply felt. These tears were the manifestation of that deep inner truth. The person may have tried to move forward, tried to let go, but the energy of your connection is too powerful to ignore. It continues to reverberate in their soul, guiding their thoughts and feelings in ways that they might not even be fully conscious of. The angels are showing me that this connection is not something that can be easily severed. It is too strong, too significant, and it continues to influence their life, even in the silence. In that moment of vulnerability, as the person let their guard down and allowed their emotions to pour out, they came face to face with something undeniable. They realized just how much they value you, how much they miss the connection you once shared. And in doing so, they were forced to confront the possibility that they may never find anything that compares to what you two had. The angels show me that, in many ways, these tears were a turning point for this person. They marked the end of one phase, one of suppression and denial, and the beginning of another. A phase where they may finally start to confront their true feelings, acknowledge the depth of the connection between you two, and take steps toward healing. These tears, though painful, are a crucial part of that healing process. Now, the angels are sending you this message, knowing that you may still have questions. You may wonder if this person has moved on, if they've truly let go. The truth is that these tears reveal that they haven't moved on. They may try to convince themselves otherwise, but the bond between you two is still very much alive. It's still shaping their emotions, their thoughts, and their actions, even if they haven't been able to fully express it to you. The angels reveal that even though the tears were a powerful release, they also opened up a new space within this person. This emotional outpouring was not just a sign of sorrow, but also an opportunity for growth, an invitation to face the deeper truths that had been suppressed for so long. The person is now at a crossroads, a moment where they can choose to continue hiding or embrace the vulnerability that comes with acknowledging what they truly feel. This breakthrough in emotions is significant. It signals that the person is beginning to recognize the depth of the bond between you two, a bond that cannot be simply ignored or replaced. It's as if they've been walking through life with a piece of themselves missing, and those tears were the recognition that what is missing is, in fact, you. The connection you shared has left a void in their life that nothing else can fill. The angels are showing me that, in the moment of vulnerability, the person felt a surge of emotions. They may have tried to push these feelings aside in the past, but now, in this space of openness, the truth emerged. The love, the bond, and the desire to reconnect were all revealed in a way that could no longer be dismissed. This moment is an invitation for them to reconsider the possibility of healing and reconciliation. However, the person may still be struggling. They might be facing a deep internal conflict, torn between the fear of facing their emotions and the desire to reach out and heal the wound that has been left open for so long. These internal battles can be exhausting, but the angels are guiding them toward making peace with their feelings, understanding that it's okay to be vulnerable, to acknowledge the past, and to move forward with clarity. In the silence and distance that may have separated you, the person may have convinced themselves that they were fine, that they didn't need to face the emotions they had been avoiding. But these tears, these powerful outpourings of emotion, are proof that something within them has shifted. The truth is, they are no longer the same person they were before. These tears represent a moment of deep transformation, one that will ultimately lead to a new understanding of what you shared. The angels show me that while this process may take time, there is a quiet assurance that change is already in motion. The person is being guided toward healing, toward recognizing the strength of your connection, and toward understanding that it is never too late to make things right. These tears are not the end of the story, they are a beginning. A beginning of understanding, acceptance, and, potentially, reconciliation. As the person begins to process these emotions, there will be moments of hesitation. There may be doubts and fears, a reluctance to fully face the vulnerability that this moment has brought up. But the angels want you to know that this is part of the process. The truth cannot be denied forever. These emotions, though painful, are guiding them toward a deeper understanding of themselves and of the connection you share. The angels show me that even though this person has experienced a deep emotional release, they are still in a phase of self-reflection. They may try to suppress the intensity of what they felt, but the truth of their emotions remains. This emotional shift has opened their eyes to the reality that they have been carrying a burden for too long, one that they cannot simply ignore anymore. The connection you share is too profound to be buried under layers of fear or pride. In this period of reflection, the person may feel conflicted, torn between their heart and their mind. They may ask themselves whether it is too late to make things right, whether they've lost the opportunity to reconnect or heal. But the angels are clear, the bond you share is not something that can simply fade away with time or distance. It has a power that transcends the physical world. It is an energy that continues to live in their heart, regardless of any external circumstances. The angels want you to understand that these feelings are not fleeting. They are not something that will simply fade with time. The emotions this person is experiencing are deep and real. They reflect a desire to heal, a wish to restore the connection that was once so strong. Even if it seems like they have moved on or distanced themselves, the truth is that this connection continues to affect them in ways they cannot ignore. Now, as the person confronts their feelings, they are beginning to realize that it is not too late. The realization that there is still time to heal and rebuild is an important step. The tears they shed were not just a sign of sadness, but of an awakening. They have come to understand that the connection you shared was not just a fleeting moment in their life, it was something truly significant, something worth fighting for. As the angels reveal, this moment of vulnerability was not just a breakdown, it was an opportunity for breakthrough. The person has been given the chance to confront their true emotions, to accept the depth of their feelings for you, and to acknowledge that they are ready for change. The tears were the catalyst for this transformation, an emotional release that clears the way for healing and understanding. The angels want you to know that the journey is not over. Even though the person may still be processing these emotions, the truth has been revealed. They are now on the path to healing, and the bond you share is becoming clearer to them than ever before. The person's heart is opening, and the energy that has been blocked for so long is starting to flow freely again. There may still be moments of hesitation, of uncertainty, as the person tries to make sense of their feelings and what comes next. But the angels assure you that these doubts are part of the process. The more they allow themselves to feel and acknowledge the depth of their emotions, the closer they will come to understanding the true significance of your connection. The angels show me that as this person continues to process the emotions they've uncovered, there is a deep sense of recognition that something within them has shifted. They have been given the gift of clarity. What they once thought was lost or irreparable is now being understood as a connection that continues to have meaning, even in the face of silence or distance. This realization is not just emotional, it's spiritual, as it reaches deep into their soul. Even in the midst of their doubts, the person is coming to see that the bond you share is not something that can easily fade away. The more they reflect, the more they realize that no matter how much time has passed or how far apart you may be, the energy between you remains strong and real. The angels want you to know that the path is being paved for something new to emerge, a new understanding, and potentially a new beginning. The angels also reveal that this person's heart is beginning to soften. They are moving away from the walls of fear and doubt that once surrounded them. With each step forward, they are allowing themselves to feel, to acknowledge the connection, and to see it for what it truly is. The intensity of the emotions they have experienced has opened the door to a new phase in their journey, one where healing and reconciliation are possible. However, this does not mean that everything is simple or straightforward. There will be challenges along the way. Fear, doubt, and past experiences may still hold them back at times. But the angels assure you that these challenges are not insurmountable. They are part of the process of growth, of learning to trust the heart and the truth that has now been revealed. As the person moves forward, the angels encourage you to hold space for them, not in expectation, but in understanding. The healing process is ongoing, and although it may seem slow or uncertain at times, it is moving toward resolution. What is important is that this person has been awakened to the truth of their feelings, and they are now beginning to see the value of the connection you share. The angels want you to know that your role in this process is just as important. Your own energy, your own healing, has set the stage for this transformation. As you continue to focus on your own growth, on your peace, and on your light, you are contributing to the shift in energy that is taking place. Your own clarity and strength are part of the path forward. So, dear soul, continue to walk with confidence, knowing that your energy is guiding this person, even if you don't see the full picture. Trust in the process, trust in the angels, and know that the bond between you is strong enough to weather any challenge. The time of healing is here, and the angels are with both of you, guiding you toward a new beginning. Before you go, I ask that you please show your support if this message resonated with you. Click on the thanks button to show appreciation for the light and guidance shared today. Your energy is deeply valued, and your support helps continue spreading healing and hope to those who need it most.